We're gonna see if 1,000 soldiers can defend this massive fortress against an invading army of 100,000. But first we gotta ask ourselves how best to defend it. We do have these walls with these ramparts. Could we put archers up here? Well, of our 1,000, we're gonna have to allot a certain amount. Looks like 100 men will perfectly fit on these battlements. But that means the defending force needs to go down to 900. And really, maybe it should be 300. 300 is usually a good amount to hold a narrow pass like the gatehouse. We have 100 men left, and one of the things we're gonna need is catapults. Oh, there's also heavy knights. Okay, these guys just need to be heavy knights. Now we have 60 left. We're gonna put them on guard formation, meaning these guys are gonna charge out. They're gonna hold the gate from the front. Look at these guys. They mean business. So after the enemy breaks through these knights, they have to fight against our Thermopylae force holding the narrow pass, backed up by archers and catapults, with archers on either side of the main gate. But look in the upper right, we have 884, which means 116 men could still be placed. We have exactly 1,000, but we're gonna do a test. We need to see if we can even fight off 10,000, 10 to 1, before we try out 100,000 for our beleaguered defenders. Plus, we don't even know if these archers are gonna fire properly. AI in UEBS 2 isn't the most advanced, given how many entities are on the battlefield at any one time. So the archers on the wall would have a viewpoint like this. And at some point, here we go. Okay, we do have some arrows firing, but let's see. I think some of them are hitting the walls. Heavy knights versus medieval footmen chaff. Oh man, these guys are immediately getting surrounded, but they're buying some time, and you can see the catapult rocks beginning to fire through the gatehouse and tons of arrows as well. So these guys might actually hold out for a decent amount of time. If they were just footmen, they would not have even lasted this long, I don't think. Now, the heavy footman is a brand new unit, or rather heavy knight. Some of these guys are going through the gate and immediately getting cut down. All the while, these guys are still defending out here. We've got, what, 4 men left. Back to back, fighting as bravely and desperately as they can, but it's only a matter of time till they fall. These guys were veterans of the Crusades. They're now defeated. Now, we still have these guys in reserve, and they're on guard formation, so as soon as the threat arises, they'll start attacking. Defenders have lost 54 men, and attackers have almost lost 3,000. And a big part is because of this narrow choke point. I mean, you can see the bodies flying around from the catapults. Most of these guys haven't even had to do anything. You know, there is a potential issue, though. If there are even more soldiers when we do 100,000, there are there any side gates or side entrances? Okay, there's a giant gap in the wall over here, and on the other side of the castle, it makes you wonder if, just like Thermopylae, the attacking force will find the proverbial goat path. Oh yeah, okay. There are giant gaps in the wall. Maybe Urukai blow them up, maybe trebuchets because there's some periodic catapults. And I don't think these archers are gonna be very good. So if we reposition them, I think they would be much better served, because right now, how many arrows do you actually see firing out? Like 1 or 2? Yeah, this is not a good use of valuable military resources. Attackers are already down to half strength. I think we know where this one is gonna go. Like, it's inevitable. Let's adjust. I wish you could see the kills of each type of unit, because I think the catapults are doing most of the heavy lifting, while the heavy knights hold the line.
Bye, have a great time.
So they could definitely hold against 10,000. So now we need to up it to 100,000 attackers. And these archers, I'm not sure what to do with them. Guess we just could put them in 2 lines here. This is what 100,000 men looks like. prepared for battle. Now, there are no more archers on the walls because even though these castles look amazing in UEBS 2, we just can't use that. We've got the 2 lines of archers here, followed up by the big section. But I'm just wondering if there's this many people, will the AI eventually pathfind itself over to the flanks? It doesn't appear to be so, as all of these guys are starting to curve inwards towards the main gate. Okay, maybe they won't find the side paths. Now the brave, what, 100 men? I forgot how many are just out here just like holding them here in guard formation. Did you see that guy? He did like a porpoise dive. Yeah, I would not want to be these guys. These ones are like hopped up on Mountain Dew and just like, I'm gonna do it. And they're just out here, yeah, they're all gonna die. Wow. And some of the guys are starting to enter the gates. Some of these guys are getting their attack animations up. I see every now and then the occasional like sword spin attack, which is pretty kind of cool. So let's see, the attacking force has lost almost 2,000. Defenders have lost about 50 soldiers, which are the ones that are out here. Now let's check. Yeah, it doesn't seem like the attackers are gonna be able to get in the flanks. I don't know. It's very possible that 1,000 could defend against 100,000. And I just think this this kind of reminds me of the Siege of Minas Tirith, where you'd have someone like Gandalf who's like, no matter what comes through those gates, you will hold your ground. You're men of Gondor. And you're like, man, yeah, because luckily you guys can't see what's outside the gates as easily, which is infinity soldiers. Wait, what's going on over here? Oh, okay. The AI is so interesting in this swarm. These guys are moving outwards and then cutting in. I was worried for a second. So checking the numbers, the defenders still have about 1,000 troops. Defenders have lost almost, or excuse me, attackers have lost almost 4,000. Uh-oh. What are these guys doing? Oh, they're just like, it's so funny. The problem solving, like the AI is like, oh, we're just gonna go up here and see if there's a secret door. Oh, there's not. We'll just wait in this giant line. It's like you're at a theme park, except the ride is death. So from above, it looks like, oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is really, really bad. What? They found it? What would compel them? They're like ants. One of them found a way in. He just left a pheromone trail. Look at these guys like, I don't know where to go, but there ain't no defenders. Maybe we should have put men to hold that gate. These guys are going to attack. Oh, no. They're going to attack the flank of the catapults. Oh, and here's the issue. All these reserve soldiers that were on guard formation aren't going to be able to move over here. We're going to start losing the catapults. That means the gatehouse, which is starting to build up in bodies, creating a door of bodies. That's a scary prospect. Is this a horror game? Is going to start to be able to be broken through. Look at how long this is. This has to be at least, what, 2,000-3,000 men? But it ends. They're no longer streaming through here, probably because it's clogged. Makes you wonder what sieges in the old days would be like. Oh, some of the heavy knights have gone over here, so they're buying catapults time. The archers are diverting some of their attention to fire through and over these catapults to hit these invaders. And look at the front gates. This is insane. But there's just so many soldiers streaming through this right flank. Yeah, there's a lot. That might even be more than 3,000. That could be like 10. Look at these guys. They're like taking a breather like, oh man, sorry. Just taking a breath. What's going on over here? Some of them did push through and they're holding very, very well. Here's what it looks like. Massive traffic jam at the front gate in a steady stream of soldiers pushing it on the flank. Defenders have lost close to 100, but under it. They're doing very well. Oh, look at this. Every now and then you'll see a guy start to be like, well, maybe we should go that way. But they haven't figured it out just yet. I don't know if this would be possible without the heavy knights. Oh, these are the heavy knights that are on guard formation that were back here. They stormed to hold it. But it makes you wonder, like, if we should do another siege, because check this out. Look at on the other side. There's these twin lakes. And right here looks like an amazing place for a brilliant final siege. Except the tower, when you go out, it renders out and looks stupid. But them charging across this isthmus, I wonder if you could put catapults on these walls, because they would have excellent range over all of that. We need trebuchets. We need cavalry. I cannot wait to see UEBS 2 get updated with even more units. So attackers have lost 12,000 men. Defenders, a little over 100. What they need is a few crossbowmen to just like start sniping at these guys. But they don't. They just got peasants with swords and a bare minimum of military training. Uh-oh. That's the last of the soldiers coming in from the flank. Probably all of the... Oh my gosh, they are wrecking the catapults. That might have a huge impact. I mean, it will. If they can kill all of these catapults, the front line will eventually crumble. Oh, this is where the flanking for... You can see the hole right there. It leads straight into the archer's flank if they use it. There's only, what, like 6 catapults left? 5, 4, 3, 4. Some of them will survive, I think. Wow. Only 4 catapults left. And the traffic jam is just stuck. If you were the commander of this army, I think you'd split your force into at least 3 or 4 and attack 3 to 4 different sides of this castle. Especially if you knew the defenders only had 1,000 men. All the reserves have been used up and almost all the catapults are destroyed. Yet, the defenders hold the gates of the castle. Uh-oh, look. They're starting again. They're sending a second wave. How many, though? Oh, man, that's a lot that are peeling off. And now that the catapults aren't there, nor are the heavy guardsmen over there, it's possible they break through and start killing the archers. And here they come, streaming past the church. Whoa, 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 hold on. Some of them are going a different way. This is incredible to see. They're splitting off and attacking from 2 different directions. Wait a minute. Are they going to flank the archers? Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. This is going to be interesting. Once the first soldier pours through this door right now. The archers don't even know he's there. Unbelievable. Now they're going to be wising up, but there's only 3 catapults left. Oh, they're going to take out the catapults and a decent amount of these archers. They might get a double envelopment. Now they're all going through these gates. I was not expecting the AI to attack from different directions. Every catapult is destroyed. Whoa, I just realized there's a castle way over there. You see that off in the distance? Oh, wow. They are just streaming in here, cutting down all of these archers. Oh my gosh, it is a rout over here. This is terrible for the archers. I'm trying to think of what other medieval units I'd like to see. I'd like to see trebuchets, crossbowmen, and cavalry for the medieval faction. Oh yeah, all the archers are going to get destroyed. Then it's just going to be, oh, the heavy footmen, or rather the heavy knights at the front, the reserves have just fallen, probably because there's very little archer support anymore. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Okay, the defenders are down to almost 50% of their numbers. Once the catapults fell and the enemy flanked, all of this started crumbling. I think, though, if we had put the reserve knights over here, we may have held much longer. But at this point, our brave knights are being surrounded. They no longer have a narrow choke point to hold. They're fighting for their lives. This does not look good. If you're a defender. If you're an attacker, you're like, man, I might not even have to die for my country. I might just be able to chill and it'll all be done before I get there. But still, hitting them corners and them low-lows, girl. Still nothing going on that flank. Look at these guys. Like, that's got to be a weird feeling. Walking over hundreds of bodies of your friends. How many archers are left? Whoa, that was the end of that attack? Yeah, interesting. But they managed to kill all of the archers. Here are the last, what, 1 or 2? Oh, wow. And now they're going to get a full surround. Defenders are down to 180 knights. The gatehouse will fall. I mean, 100 to 1 odds. They took out 21,000 so far. And if you're the king just watching from right here, about to use your little escape door and run off, you're like, oh man, this sucks. Because I'd imagine the king would try to escape, you know, instead of fight with his men to the death. Wouldn't it be cool if we had a castle battles simulator and you could put stuff up on the walls like catapults and hot oil and be able to throw rocks from your gatehouse, have a portcullis or a drawbridge, things like that would be glorious. But at this point, there's no more men flanking. They've made enough room where they can get around.
Stop right there, criminal scum!
Hey, where'd that guy come from? Less than 100 men. There's only 8% defenders left. Once this little detachment falls, they're going to be able to wrap around, and it's just going to be a precipitous destruction, much like what's happening over here. I really do think that these guys would not be able to get through the gates if we had just repositioned our troops a little bit differently. But now we know about castle sieges in UEBS 2. So if you guys do want to see more, well, leave some challenges and ideas for castle sieges in the comments. If you see one you like, give it an upvote so it's more likely to be chosen. But we can make that an interesting little series. We have battles, and we could even have sieges. But the defenders are down to less than 25 men. Oh, wow. It's after a certain amount, they just get surrounded on all sides, and death by 1,000,000 cuts. Well, death by 100,000 cuts. 15. The brave defenders are less than 10. Less than 10. It's hard to make out who's left. They're all right here. 4 men. 3. 2. Who's the last defender? Right there. Fight, my brethren. And he's dead. The footmen have won. They have 74,000, so they lost 25% of their soldiers. So for every 1 defender, they killed 25 attackers. Pretty good, but the fortress has fallen to the invaders. Thanks for watching another episode of Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. If you guys do want to see more, we'll pull the trigger on the like button and let me know. And I'll see you in the next one.